This stuff is about as durable as concrete or rock. I have a nightmare that at the end of the next ice age, the planet, as the ice age melts, the oceans of the planet will be covered with a finely ground dust of styrofoam that will cover the Earth's oceans to a layer more than an inch thick, effectively changing the evapotranspiration rate of the oceans, decreasing the oxygen content of photosynthesis, and extincting most life as we know it on the planet. Every time I go and get a cup of styrofoam coffee, I feel that I'm contributing to the death and destruction of the ecosystem of the planet.
I do too.
I know in my heart that styrofoam is evil. So whenever I can, I take it, and I want to hurt it. Die! Styrofoam is bad. What I do with styrofoam is I don't throw it away. I'm trying to create an industry worldwide to use it. I take it, I put it in a Troy-built leaf grinder. Whole weird thing. You buy something to put gasoline into to take vegetative matter and turn it into little itty-bitty bits of vegetative matter. Strange concept. But many Americans have it. So I want to use existing technology to take this stuff and grind it up and turn it into little itty-bitty balls. I then blow them into a wall cavity that I built in an experimental refrigerator freezer. And if some of you want to, I want you to measure. This has an insulation value of R5 per inch. I can go into the physics and engineering of that. But when you grind it up, I think it has an R value as high as 20 per inch. It is a much better insulator. So I'm building a super insulated 21st century ice house in my backyard. So that's what I'm doing with styrofoam. What is the name of this? Mattox. This is a mattox. Mattox is one of the oldest tools in humanity. You can use them for gardening. There's a song about it. It's called Use a Hoe. You can use these to like deconstruct houses. I won't demonstrate that. You can use it as oral hygiene tool.
Ew.
Cleans the teeth. And you can also, people used to take this into battle. The oldest ones, you take a maple sapling, you split it, put a sharp rock in it, let it grow for a couple of years, and then you cut it down above and below the rock, and you get, rock and wood glommed together. Very primitive tool. This is Mr. Mattox meets Styrofoam. Styrofoam is like high tech. There's virtually no recycling of this. Even though this often says number 6 on it, what does a little triangle with a number 6 in it mean? It means that it is number 6 plastic. It is polystyrene. Once polystyrene, always polystyrene. This stuff doesn't biodegrade, doesn't photodegrade, doesn't chemically degrade. If whales eat it, it clogs their gills and they die.
Aww.
Whales?
Yes. Whales.
Whales don't have
That's right.
gills.
They're giant sieves. It's sieve photoplankton. So, this is Mr. Mattox. What we're going to be looking at is we're looking at the history of mass and weight and mathematical modeling. So I'm going to be doing a series of stupid demonstrations. And we're going to be looking at mathematical modeling. What I asked you guys to do, if you measure the R value of this, is to come up with a mathematical model for how well this resists heat flow in both a vertical orientation, if the heat is flowing up, i.e. hot below, cold above, and vice versa, where it's hot above and cold below. And there's good engineering work to measure. Next. Okay, back in the year 500, what does BCE stand for? There we go. I skipped the slide. All this number is a mathematical context. I believe there was an ancient Greek philosopher who felt that everything is math. And if you were to go back and talk to Archimedes as a math teacher, if you were uninitiated and someone taught you the mathematical model of the dodecahedron, what was that punishment? Death. Math at that point was a religion. And for the uninitiated, you got killed. Biology is becoming chemistry. What does that mean? You go study biology at university today. What are you actually studying? Yes?
Well, you're studying how the proteins are folding,
Yes?
which is chemistry. How, what amino acids are where.
Yes.
Why?
And we actually now understand biology from an individual chemical basis. Similarly, chemistry is becoming physics. That's where the protein folding comes in. And that you take incredibly complex molecular structure and then you fold it in 3 dimensions.